This is the infamous Ryan Frost, and you are listening to one of 3 human beings on this planet that I can even tolerate to be around. Don Kincaid, stirring the pot.
I am at the TOS Dojo. You want to know why? Because this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest. This is my second run with the GMIC, that they call him the General Manager in Charge, Alex Rojas.
How you doing, Kincaid?
Sir?
Good to see you.
I know the corona's going around. Thank you for shaking my hand. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, we're immune to that. We drink tequila. That's
hey, the corona's going around, baby.
The only corona that matters is the Kowalski crown that is held by Mike Skyros right now.
Man.
So,
Lone Survivor.
shout out to the K1 champion.
And right off the ripper, might I say. You've had this, it seems like you've had that in the back of your mind since Lone Survivor, sir.
Lone Survivor was a hell of an experiment. We opened TOS to the world at Lone Survivor. I don't think people realize that, but we did. And there's a lot of new eyes on the product, and there's a lot of new names on the product, and Flying Brian's son came and was part of one of the most amazing matches in Texas Strength history. He took on the Ace and the Moonlight Sun, and man, that was beautiful. Brian, thank you, brother. That was great. That was art that you shared with us. We appreciate it. But I told you going in, my boys don't fuck around.
and I mean, since you're talking about it, you're naming the names. I'm envisioning parts of the match as you're talking about it, and I got this big smile on my face. It was everything you just said. I totally agree with, but I'm just so happy that Sammy lost that damn trophy, and Skyros picked that. You know what? In all seriousness, Skyros, seeing him get the win for a cup. It's just like a championship in TOS. That's what's cool about that cup. You make it like a championship.
Well, it is a championship. He who holds the trophy holds the keys to the kingdom in many ways. Don't get me wrong, the Test of Strength Championship is still the most elite, most prestigious, most top of the line prize in this business.
Yeah.
It is a solid 15 pounds of gold, and it has been around the waist of the most despicable man in history for the last year.
I agree with you there. Might I say,
but goddamn, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, Dan the man is the truth, and he's amazing, and you gotta give the devil his due sometimes, Kincaid.
Yeah,
you gotta give the devil his due. But back to the young boys, back to Sammy Diaz.
Yes,
please. Sammy Diaz came up short, but goddamn was showing.
Fantastic champion up to that point, might I add.
Sammy Diaz is a champion in life. Everything that he does is amazing. I feel privileged and blessed to see him grow and progress. I feel like I have my very own Eddie Guerrero at every show, because that's how good I think Sammy Diaz is.
I like that analogy.
He came up short against 2 of the top talents in the world, but I guarantee you Mike Skyros and Brian Pillman left with a newfound respect for Sammy Diaz. And I think everyone in that building, whether they cheered him, whether they booed him, whether they couldn't stand him, whether they loved him, definitely appreciated him, because the performance that he put on was one of the best that I have ever seen.
It was one of the very special ones in TOS history, I have to say. I'm just going to check my stuff real quick because I'm a one-man show and I would hate for this to not be recorded at all. That would really piss me off, especially coming back here, okay?
Right.
Just really quick, like I got to check stuff. All right, it is recording. We've got the things plugged in. Things are good. All right. It looks like all things are green lit over there.
Yeah.
So to the K1 trophy again. I say the same thing about Sammy because a memory just popped up from a year ago. And I had 3 pictures from a training day here at the TOS Dojo. And the status was something along the lines of, I love me some Sammy Diaz. All I know is he's going to be a superstar very much sooner than later. That was 1 year ago. And I feel like because of the relationship me and Sammy have taken on now, I feel like somebody hacked my face page back then, to be honest with you. Because no, and really, Sammy is just one hell of a talent in TOS. And I love, just like you said, love seeing him grow. And it's been a really great ride.
Well, here's the thing with Sammy Diaz. I understand that the last 365 days for Sammy Diaz were night and day compared to the previous 365 days. But you can't argue with results. I mean, you know, since Lone Survivor last year to where we are now, the stock in Sammy Diaz has gone through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you said it a year ago. This guy's going to be a star sooner or later. There's no denying that Sammy Diaz is a star right now.
No, absolutely. Nothing to take away with the present. That's for sure.
And it's only a matter of time, you know, before it goes bigger and more bold than it is now. The kid is so good, and you know what? I can't even call him a kid anymore because he has become not only a man but the man in this business. So Skyros better hold on to that trophy really tight. Better keep it really shiny, really pretty, because if I know the ace, he's hungry.
I hope, for the fans' sake, that we do see more of a Sammy versus Skyros in the very near future, because I mean, the WWE, they dropped the rematch clause, and some companies kind of mimic that. Is that something that's in TOS, or is there a rematch clause? How does that work? Well,
here's the thing with that is that rematch clause thing before Vince and the other guys started doing that. That was the TOS thing. It was never an automatic rematch clause here, you know.
Okay.
Bobby Ocean was the first ever Test of Strength champion, and he lost the belt and he went to the back of the line. It wasn't immediate. He worked his ass off. He got his shot, and unfortunately, Thanos is still the guy. But that doesn't take anything away from the previous champs. I like the fact that it keeps them hungry. It keeps the talent on their feet. You can't ever rest on the laurels of what you've done. Not a test of strength, you know. We go by that, you know. It's survival of the fittest. So you got to come out here and you got to perform every single day. If you want to be the man, then you gotta work like one, you know. The same thing the day that the Kowalski guys lose those belts, if they ever lose those belts, because Jesus Christ,
they're on a run like.
I mean, it's like a cheat code, you know, when you got two guys the caliber of Slick Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy. I mean, you can go back in time all you want, find any tag team in the world. I don't think anyone can go with these guys. I mean, Saturn and Cronus maybe, but like, come on, man, like no one else. These guys are insanely talented, in sync in the way that they think and the way that they perform, the drive that they have, the veteranship, the locker room leadership, the way that they carry themselves. There's a reason why these men hold gold wherever they went, wherever they go. So it's going to take something very special to end the reign of the Kowalski guys.
Which has been a little bit over a year now.
Yes.
Now, we've talked championships in TOS.
The one and only Test of Strength Tag Team Champions, the Kowalski guys.
Correct. Now, in Test of Strength, we have the K1 Killer Kowalski Classic. Now, do we call it a trophy or a cup? Because I've heard it called both. I keep calling it a trophy.
It is the K1 trophy.
Okay.
There is a Kowalski Cup. And while we love and appreciate that gesture, it is a separate entity.
A trophy. So it's the K1 Killer Kowalski Classic Trophy. And you act it as a championship. You act it as a championship. Yeah, I'm easy. You act it as a championship instead of like a tournament thing all the time, if you will, which is cool.
Right. And I think the original concept was that it was a one night tournament, and we would do it every year. But because of the fan reaction to it, the way that you guys reacted to it, you guys wanted to see Brother Greatness defended. You wanted to see Sammy Diaz defended. So you guys made that
that's awesome.
A championship. It wasn't really us. It was the Test of Strength fans who.
So we helped the higher ups in the TOS kind of give it that direction.
Of course,
yes,
of course.
The fans.
You guys are the reason that we do everything that we do. I give you a lot of grief, but it's definitely out of love. We would not be where we are today without the support of people like you. Fogman, get well soon, brother. We love you.
Yes, sir.
You guys keep us grounded. You keep us focused. You keep us hungry. You feed us your love and your affection, and we use that to create art, and we hope that we're reciprocating the love that you give us.
Absolutely. I mean, we always walk around. We always leave a Test of Strength show, no matter if it's a training day or now. The road shows have been again a bit year old at this point. Right. I always leave smiling. Me and my dad were always in the car. We're John on the way home. That's when you know those shows are fun. But when me and Pop are we get in the car, maybe 5-10 minutes have gone blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden it's like, so what are you doing tomorrow? Right. When it gets to that point, you're like, okay, that show really wasn't that popping. We always leave TOS a happy camper. And I tell you, the trophy is considered a championship here. Now we have the tag team championships, and we have now do I call it the championship, the world championship, the heavyweight championship? What is the big belt that Danos wears? What is that exactly called?
We'll keep it very simple. It is the Test of Strength Championship.
Got you.
It is not a world title yet, but it will be soon.
Wait, what? Do we have a scoop here?
That's all I'm telling you. Relax.
I thought you said you liked me.
I do like you, Kincaid. There's a lot of things I like. I like chicken parmesan. I ain't telling it all my business either. You know what I mean?
My man's called me chicken parm.
But seriously, it's not a world title yet, but it will be. Stay tuned. The relationship with Howell Enterprises has opened a lot of doors for us. You could all you want, but the truth is that
they do pay a lot around here.
Well, and since those resources have been put to use, we have grown as a brand. There's a lot of things that have been going on. We've been bringing in talent from all over the world.
Not from China, right?
All over the world.
Well, China, they got that thing going on.
All over the world.
Okay.
And you'll see more and more of it. I mean, Brian Pillman is a prime example.
Oh, dude, amazing.
The one of my favorite new talents that we brought in, Ichiban.
Number one.
He is number one.
Ichiban number one.
He is number one.
Pause button right there.
Yeah.
Ichiban comes in. We've never seen this. I don't know how old he is. He wears a mask. He seems to be kind of a spry gentleman because he moves like the wind in there. He is all over the place. He's flipping. He's doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Where in the world did you find Ichiban?
Well, I found Ichiban on one of my skirmishes in Shibuya, in Japan.
Ichiban's Japanese?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I do not know. Ichiban is a mystery, but I sat down with him. We showed him some footage, and
Does he speak English or a different language?
he says number one.
That's all he says.
That's English, Kincaid. It counts.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But we showed him the product, and he was intrigued, and
Did he say Ichiban number one?
and he said, I showed him the product, and I asked him if that was something that he liked, and he looked me dead in my eyes, just like this, and he said, Ichiban. And here he is. So expect big things from Ichiban. He's amazing. He has incredible marketability. His merchandise sales have gone through the roof. He has 6 new T-shirts coming out this month.
Wow.
So the interest is there. All the posts that we get, the emails, the letters, they love Ichiban. I think he's second only to Wagner Brown as far as fan mail goes. But
Wow.
he's a hell of a competitor. So it's amazing to see Ichiban. I was able to also make some in-house re-signings. Some talent that we could have lost that we ended up keeping.
Oh.
Thanks to these Howl Enterprise meetings. So
then I guess we have to give Howell some love.
It's been a beautiful ride. Also, other opportunities, business opportunities with other promoters, other talents. Our TOS excursions to the brand new Survival Championship Wrestling.
Man, that was such a great what a fantastic time that was.
Hell of a show.
Yes.
Shout outs to Survival Championship Wrestling. You guys are amazing.
Now, is that considered a sister promotion, if you will? How does that work?
That is, we're very, very tight.
Okay.
I don't know if it's quite the relationship that we have with the Bell Time Club.
And it just started
because I'm also the GM
of Bell Time. Right.
But
and SCW's only had one show they debuted.
But it's beautiful. One of the most gorgeous world titles that I've ever seen.
Isn't that amazing? That belt is beautiful. And hey,
it's gorgeous.
Garrett Holiday, congrats, man.
Garrett Holiday, another guy who's been damn near a TOS original, has been to so many training days from the beginning.
We've seen him here.
Great guy, hungry guy, humble guy, hardworking. You can't. I mean, as far as first champions ever goes, that's up there with Bobby Ocean.
It's a great champ.
Yeah,
it's a great champ.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
And you did jump on the SCW track here, so I want to ask. They have a show coming up March 29th, and this will be their second show, and they're introducing the brand new Collar and Elbow Championship, which again, fantastic, looks amazing. Now, if I'm to understand correctly, it's like the mid card championship. No, well, not the mid card, but it's not the heavyweight championship.
I hate to label things because at the end of
every championship means something.
Every championship does mean something, but it's more of it. I guess I describe it. It's more like the
IC.
Yeah, you can. It's in the IC realm. It's for the younger, more athletic, hungrier athletes. I feel like that's the direction that and again, I'm talking out my ass because it's not my company, but that is the perception that I was given.
Okay.
And it's great. It reminds me a lot of the first run of the Ring of Honor Pure title.
Oh yeah. Good times.
Because of the level and caliber of athlete that they want to use in that division. One of them being the K1 champion Mike Skyros. I've heard rumblings about some more guys around the way that we know that you're going to see. Rick Recon is one of those guys being considered in that as well. So there's going to be a lot of young, hungry, amazing talent fighting for that. And I think that SCW is going to do great, and they're going to build a hell of a foundation around that division.
The first show was really fun.
It was.
And I can't wait for the second one. It'll be a great time.
One of the best main events I've seen in a long time.
So much fun.
So, I had the pleasure of doing color commentary for SCW for that show, and hopefully I get to do it again.
Nice.
But calling that story, I mean, I was there. The heart, the guts that Gary Holiday showed.
Oh, man.
The fact that he could even walk at the end of the night is a testament to how strong this man is. I thought trips crippled him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For him to be able to come back from that, it's amazing. And then be in there with the caliber of athlete that he was in there with, and still pull off that victory is insane.
It was very, very cool to be there. I'm honored that I was actually able to get up there. And it's a little distance for me, but I took a ride with a friend, and it was very cool.
Yeah.
And SCW, great times. I can't wait for the next show.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be there for the next one. It's going to be an amazing time.
We talked about Ichiban. I have to, and you spoke of fan mail. I have to talk about El Jabroni. All hail El Jabroni. What the hell?
El Jabroni. What can I tell you about El Jabroni that the world doesn't know? You know, here's this kid who grew up in an orphanage in Mexico with nothing but a little, black and white TV that tuned to one channel that twice a week got Lucha Libre and old WWE reruns,
Reruns.
And he sat there and he watched and he studied and it became who he was. It was his drive to get out of there and become something more. And, I remember the first Fight for Your Dreams, how amazing that moment was when he got some redemption against a friend that betrayed him so many times. It was a beautiful moment. His star arrived that night, and the people stood with him, man. The people love El Jabroni. To see him go from that high to the low at Lone Survivor, man, it breaks my heart. Here's a young man who loves nothing more than this business.
Wrestling.
It's all he knows. It's all he loves. He loves his fans. He loves his opponents.
Isn't that
his own enemies?
Yeah.
He's just so grateful and so happy to be a part of it all. And for Ryan Frost to be so petty, because that's all it is.
Of course it is.
That's all it is. Ryan Frost was upset that Jay Brown won gold before him.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Ryan Frost was upset that no matter how hard he works or how much damage he does, at the end of the night, the people cheer and the people love El Jabron, and they boo Ryan Frost. That's
logical.
I don't think he could get over that. It wasn't enough to beat him within an inch of his life in his crowd, in his hometown crowd, because Northampton is the house that El Jabroni built, right? And just beat him senseless wasn't enough. They ripped his face off, man.
He's a faceless man now.
And he's broken. And I don't know if we'll ever see El Jabron again, man.
So you guys test his strength. Nobody's heard from him or anything?
He's not answering calls. He hasn't spoken to anyone.
Well, I thought I was the only one. I thought he was wow.
We're concerned.
No kidding.
We're trying to see the best way to reach us. He has no family, so it's not like there's anyone that we could call. So it's just tough, But I guarantee you, I'll keep you guys posted. Any news that I
please
hear from El Jabron, I will let you know.
I've been worried about it.
If you hear this, Jabroni, our thoughts and our prayers are with you, and we miss you, and we want you back, man.
The big belt, Test of Strength Championship. You said it weighs 15 pounds. It's one of the most original belts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we know a guy.
And when I've posted pictures of said title, always get great responses. Wow, that's amazing. It's beautiful. Who's the champion? I'm coming after that. So it's always littered with different things every time.
Yeah.
I put a picture of that up.
It is a beautiful belt, Kincaid, and I do love. I thank you for the compliments on the cosmetics of it, but it's not just the way that the belt looks that makes people want it. It's what it stands for. And Bobby Ocean was a great representative of what that belt stands for, what it meant. Hard work, dedication.
I hate to say was. I really do.
And even though I hate to say it, Dan the Man is a testament to what that belt means.
You're the GM. Can you give us a count of how long Dan the Man has been champion right now?
Dan the Man has been the Test of Strength champion for 368 days. The longest 368 days of my life. But back to what I was saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Whether I like Dan the Man as a person or not, whether I consider him a person or not, I should say.
Wow.
He is a testament to what being the Test of Strength champion means. I know that that's a contradiction, right, to what I'm saying.
It is.
If I'm talking about the character that I believe a champion should have and the way he should carry himself. But the fact is that I don't think that Dan the Man has loved or loves anything in this world, including his own children, more than that belt. He is willing to do anything to keep it, and he has. And Kincaid, like, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I've thrown everything at him. This man beat Ty Shine, Slick Wagner Brown, and Bobby Ocean in the same night, and I couldn't get the belt off him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I did not want to put Evie in the ring with Dan the Man. I was scared for her. I was worried about her. I know the type of creature that he is. But
so I make it a DQ though.
But the fight that Evie possesses, the hunger, you know, the ability, that undying passion, I couldn't deny her. I mean, even if I wanted to, she earned it.
So we're speaking of said match. Dan the Man comes out and he has two handmaids with him. They kind of just stand over to the side. They're very somber. They don't. Their faces are covered. They have this red thing with the white, I don't know, bonnet or whatever you call it, and they're doing their thing. And I was assuming they were just gonna help Dan the Man attack Evie because it was a no DQ because there was so much going on, but. Long and behold, it was Joanna Robinson and Ref Gina Blue Shoes
And you sit there and you think this is funny. You think it's hilarious.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And while the fan in me agrees with you that it was a beautiful moment,
it was so much fun.
It was entertaining. It was dramatic. It was poetic. It was all of these things.
All of that.
It was also wrong.
It was a no DQ. What the heck are you talking about?
You don't understand. See, you're looking at this in a very black and white sort of way, in a good versus evil sort of way. But there's these gray areas, these conflicts of interests that occur.
Win or lose. Win or lose. DQ?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You know, win or lose, that didn't matter because at the end of the day, my thing is that now it's twice that both Joanna Robinson, who I've already suspended for this, and Blue Shoes interfere in my main event. Interfere in a world title match.
So where exactly are you going with this?
See, that's the thing. Because now I have to decide. Do I just let this slide? Because no harm done, right? No harm, no foul. Dan the Man still in the end of the game. The champ, he overcame all that.
Well, Dan the Man with this the whole time and degrading of the women and he's put his hands on Joanna Robinson and all of these things. I mean, come on.
He defended himself from Joanna Robinson. And he was also fined $15,000. Did you forget that?
Yeah, that was pretty
okay.
But you find Joanna Robinson $5,000. That's undeserved. I mean, Dan the Man's Dan the Man. She's Joanna Robinson. She holds a microphone.
She started it.
Yeah.
And the truth is that if you're holding a microphone, if you are a journalist, you should carry yourself as such and not put yourself in these situations that she constantly enjoyed putting herself in. But more so, Ref Blue Shoes, you are an official. You are to be held to a higher standard than the rest of us because not only do you know the rules, it is your job to enforce them. So you kind of cut your nose off to spite your face.
So you're using cryptic verbiage here. Well,
how many times am I supposed to let this slide? Last time she attacked Dan,
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was very amazing. Very, very, very amazing. And what would have happened if she went for that attack and he avoided it and he hurt her?
Ooh. You know
wait, is that where it changes? See what I mean? Like, everybody wants equality until it's equal, right? You know, she could put his hands on him, but heaven forbid he defends himself, correct? Is that what we're saying?
I didn't say that. I would hate to see Blue Shoes at the hands of...
Here's my point.
Okay.
We live in a world where everyone wants to be politically correct until it benefits them not to be. One thing I will say about Dan the Man is that he is who he is. And if you want equality, he'll deliver it.
Yes.
So what you could say what you want. Dan the Man could have said, no, I am the Test of Strength champion. I am a man. This is not a woman's title. Evie De La Rosa should not challenge me. He could have been that petty. And I'm sure that the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission would have been perfectly fine with that. But at Test of Strength, we don't care if you're man or woman or Martian. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you are, what you do. If you think you're the best, then you step up to the best and you prove it. Evie had the right to fight for that.
Okay.
He didn't deny it. I didn't deny it. The board did not deny it. It was amazing.
Quite the story.
It was amazing.
Over the training days and such.
A hell of a matchup. I think they delivered on every forefront, and I think it's only a matter of time before Evie De La Rosa becomes Test of Strength champion.
That would be amazing.
You know?
Okay. Pause button again. Back to Blue Shoes. What is going on with Blue Shoes? You seem to be going in some weird direction with Blue Shoes.
Well, the thing is that I'm conflicted because I like Blue Shoes.
Well, we love Blue Shoes. I have a shirt. Blue Shoes.
I think that she is an amazing official. Definitely better than Bill. I love you, Bill. I'm just kidding. But she is a hell of an official. I love the energy that she brings to the shows.
Yeah.
You know, very hard worker. You know, amazing attitude. But the fact that she feels like she could interfere in my title matches is starting to piss me off. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, it is wrong. It's an abuse of power, and if it was a man that did it, there would be no question that I would suspend him for 60 days or fire his ass. So
suspension.
So I don't know if I want to suspend Blue Shoes.
Firing.
I definitely don't want to fire her, but it is a topic of discussion. So I guess I'll give you an answer after the board of directors meeting on Friday and see what it is that we decide to do. But she's definitely in troubled seas right now.
Well, we were talking champion. Oh, God, I did not want to. Wow. Left a sour taste in my mouth. Let's get to the tag team championship. The tag team championship team of Jay Freddy and Slick Wagner Brown. We've talked about they've gone against these guys. They've gone against those guys. They've gone against these guys. They keep knocking them down left and right. You're bringing in Chris Caden, and I'm sorry, correct who his partner is for me, please.
You know what? You got it's the Defiance is the next. It's the.
Am I jumping too far ahead for the GM right now?
You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I got a lot of cards in my head right now.
I know.
I think we're talking about. Let's see. Which are we talking about? Training Day.
I believe it might be Training Day or the one which is Tazarax coming forth.
It's no longer Tazarax. It's 585 South Main. New owners.
I just said the name.
New owners.
I drove right by.
New owners. But let's see. You're talking about April 26th is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be. That's going to be. It's a 4-way, and that's why you confused me because I'm not 100% sure on who all 4 teams are. I know that we just got the Defiance. I know that it's going to be Bobby Ocean and HC Loc. But
I need my phone. I will show you.
But it's going to be Bobby Ocean and HC Loc. Let's see.
That's going to be a good one. So, Slick Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy mow through the competition. Hypothetically, mow through the competition. The next road show being called Undeniable. Dear Norma. Hypothetically, okay, because we've seen them just go through the competition. What are you gonna do?
And actually, you know what? Just you're correct. It's Chris Caden and Maximo. Maximo Suave. Yeah.
Maximo Suave. That's what I was missing. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Now, the last time we saw Chris Caden in here, he was a tag team partner with one El Jabroni.
Yes.
That was a while ago.
And
things have changed in TOS.
A lot of things have changed. El Jabroni missing that show is going to be, it's going to be the first show that El Jabroni is not on. It's going to be a little different backstage without him. I'm hoping that we can fix all this and get him back before then, but
I would love to.
But I don't know if that's going to be the case.
It's going to take some plastic surgery. It's got to somewhere.
From what I'm hearing, we might never see El Jabroni again. So.
What the hell would you talk like that for?
I don't want to talk like that, but I have to be honest with you guys because I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be crazy. I don't want to be that guy that tells you, oh yeah, he's coming back, and then you'll never see him again. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Lone Survivor was so much a roller coaster, right? Like it was crazy. Let's go back to the Test of Strength Championship, right?
Yeah, please. Wherever you want to go.
We debuted the Test of Strength title at the first ever Fight for Your Dreams show. Mm-hmm. At Mr. Howell. In Northampton, Mass, in September, of 2018, and it was an amazing night, right? We had a hell of a tournament to get there. It went on all summer. Mm-hmm. We had our finals there that night. But when I commissioned the Test of Strength Championship, it was very much my intention, my hope, my dream, that the first ever Test of Strength champion was the man who at that point in time I considered the heart and soul of Test of Strength wrestling. And that was the first ace, the ace of diamonds, Ty Shine. When I designed that belt, when I held it in my hands for the first time, I couldn't wait to hold Ty's hand and wrap it around his waist and just hug him in the middle of the ring and tell him how proud I was of him for having that. I wanted him to be the first Test of Strength champion. I believed in my heart that he would have been, and then he got hurt.
And when you were holding, obviously it was in your hands before we saw it. So you're kind of thinking on your own. You're looking at this championship. You're thinking of Fight for Your Dreams. It's coming up. It's the big giant debut. It's the first road show for Test of Strength. And
when I first
held when
I first held that belt in my hand,
and I'm gonna check my stuff real quick. Continue.
I first held that belt in my hand. I couldn't imagine anyone but Ty Shine being the Test of Strength champ. In my mind, at that point in time, there wasn't a talent on the freaking earth that could touch Ty Shine and you're a fan. You remember the role that he was on that side.
I absolutely.
The work that he was putting in, the matches that he was putting
Absolutely.
out. Ty Shine was on fire. Speaking of Garrett Holiday, I remember him and Ty Shine in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, blowing the roof off a building, and the match was so good that every match after didn't matter. It was like we could have went home. It was insane. Those two guys, the chemistry that they had, the drive, the ability. I thought for sure that I was going to book those two guys, in a title match soon. That was one of the matches that I fantasized holding that belt. Another one of those matches was this close to happening. Was Slick Wagner Brown versus Eddie Edwards, it'll probably still happen. It's one of those things where Eddie's family, we love you, Eddie, and we could get him to come down and do it. It's just our schedules haven't aligned. But that it's one of those things, right? It's just one of those things that it didn't work out. So,
and then you mentioned Ty gets injured.
So Ty gets injured.
Are you covering your microphone over here the whole time? Because we want to be able to hear the GM.
Oh, no, we should be fine.
I just want to make sure,
We should be fine.
All right, I just want to make sure.
So, Ty gets hurt. And, I get a little heartbroken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, we missed him so much.
But then 2 other guys became aces, right? I got Hippie Dicky Moon and Sammy Diaz, and they're working their butts off all over the place, just tearing the roof off of every building that they go to. Incredible chemistry with each other and with other opponents, and they kill it in the tournament, right? So they make it all the way to the finals. And those 2 guys, and the winner out of an epic match on any card, in any building, in any promotion, in anywhere in the world, Slick Wagner Brown versus Bobby Ocean, right? The winner of that match goes on to a 3-way for the Test of Strength Championship. And while it's not the match that I envisioned, wow, right? The way the stars align. So I have Hippie Dicky Moon, I have Sammy Diaz, and I have Bobby Ocean, and those guys blew the roof off the building. Epic match. At the end of the night, I held Bobby Ocean's hand high in the sky. I wrapped the belt around his waist. I shook his hand, and I couldn't have been any more prouder than I was.
Now, I noticed that in Test of Strength, specifically in our local promotions, I don't ever see this happening. The GM grabs a title, he comes in, he wraps it around the champion, and he straps it on him. You're the only company that I see locally that does this. Why?
Well, it's a ceremonial thing. We're all about legacy. We're all about love, for what we do. This is our art. Every venue that we go to is a new canvas for us to paint it. And the champions sign, every piece of artwork. And I feel like it's my job to frame them, right?
Gotcha.
So I go out there, I coronate them, I give them their gold. It's a ceremonial thing. It's an acknowledgement of their hard work, their sacrifice, and their status. I
dig that.
I feel like every time I go out there, I am knighting a warrior.
That's cool.
And I believe that in my heart. And these guys, not only do they deserve that, but they earn that.
Yeah, I like the visual of it.
Yeah,
you come in, you got the strap, and you're watching the brass, the big brass of the company.
It's not always easy to put that belt around people's waist. I'll tell you that.
Now, can I ask? The snaps seems to be the biggest giant pain in the ass.
Well, it's not so much just that. It's that you got to understand that as I am the GM, right? But I am also in awe of what these men,
right? Because you're a fan first,
and these ladies too, and the things that they do. And it's not just because I'm a fan. It's just as a connoisseur of art, anybody can draw a picture, right? Very few can make you feel it. Mm-hmm. And I feel, and every other promotion in the world get mad, I feel like no one paints a better picture than Test of Strength. Call it what you want. Say that I'm cocky, say that I'm biased, but until you can prove me wrong, this is the way I'm going to be. I have been in so many of these moments, where I couldn't believe it would get any bigger than it has, and it has. Like I said, the first fight for your dreams, putting that belt around Bobby Ocean's waist is one of my favorite memories, in this business. The emotion that culminated that night. You guys saw a show, you guys saw the production, you guys saw the event, but you don't understand how hard we worked behind the scenes to make it happen, how much sacrifice. The fact that Bobby Ocean won the belt hurt. Mm-hmm. Bobby Ocean wrestled 25 minutes, in incredible pain. It was his drive, his desire, his hunger, his need to prove to the world that he was the best wrestler in the world that night that kept him going through that.
And the fans felt that when he won that championship. Yeah. The fans felt all of that.
Yeah, it was an amazing night. It was an amazing night. And we talk about the three-way and how heavily contested that was, but you got to understand, Bobby Ocean went 15 minutes before that with Slick Wagner Brown, at the top of his game. That's just not an easy thing to do. So I'm very proud of Bobby Ocean being the first ever Test of Strength champion. But that goes back to what I was trying to tell you, is that Bobby Ocean was the first Test of Strength champion, but when the idea of Test of Strength having a title was created, I always pictured Ty Shine being the first. Mm-hmm. And to hold Ty at that esteem,
at that level,
right. To consider him the future of this business, how much love and respect and admiration I have for Ty Shine. To what I saw in Northampton on March 7th, it was heartbreaking, man. It was heartbreaking. Like I don't know how other way I could describe it. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I had a knot in my stomach the whole time.
So I'm gonna recap real quick, okay? We're at Northampton at the Deuce. Lone Survivor 2 is happening. Boy, is it happening. Ty Shine comes out. There was no match set for Ty Shine, no match announced, so it could have been an open challenge, but he comes out, he's not in his gear. He gets in the ring, he has a microphone, he calls out Anthony Michaels pretty much again as he did at training day. Anthony Michaels gets in the ring, but he also has a shirt draped on his shoulder, and he talks about how he's got a shirt for Anthony Michaels' son, who is approximately 12-ish, if you say, around there.
Yeah.
The son comes in, Ty Shine takes a shirt and he puts it on Anthony Michaels' son. It is his son,
yes,
correct. And the next thing happens is the son turns around, he starts to walk out the ring, and Anthony Michaels is already kind of out the ring already, and Ty Shine taps the kid on the shoulder, grabs that kid, and gives him a DDT that took the Deuce to an ultimate hush. Just like that. What the hell is going on with Ty Shine? You want to talk about suspensions. You want to talk about things. And I know your heart obviously is very tied with Ty Shine. But please, come on.
Suspensions are the least of the matters with Ty Shine.
How was the child?
He's recovering. He's recovering. He's a minor, so they don't really want to give us too much information. What we have confirmed is that there's no permanent injury to his vertebrae.
Any legal matter against Ty Shine?
That's one of the things that I am not at liberty to discuss. But it is so much more involved than just a simple suspension or a fine when it comes to Ty. there's a lot of ramifications that are up in the air.
You did give him 30 days.
There is, but that's that's just a mandatory thing.
And I don't know if you follow Ty Shine on a face page. He's loving your suspension. It's like a second vacation for him. He's out there shooting golf today. Did you? I don't know if you happen to see that. He's over there playing golf and thinking it's a joke.
It's a shame what Ty Shine has become, because here's a guy that I personally believe in my heart could have been the greatest of all time, and to see him just throw it all away, just no love, no respect, nothing needed.
What do you think he's looking for with all of this happening?
What
is he trying to get out of this?
I don't know what he's trying to get out of it. I mean,
the end game, if you will.
Anthony Michaels is family. He goes back with us forever. So for this to happen, like, here's a guy that Ty has trained with in the ring. It's heartbreaking, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what he's thinking.
Obviously, he wants Anthony Michaels in the ring. Is that even something that could ever even happen?
I can't. Anthony's retired.
No kidding. That's why I'm like, whoa.
He doesn't do this,
and he's carrying on. And DDT's a child.
And then, I mean, if you're trying to get a match out of the guy, this is not the way to do it, because.
Nah.
As a father, I'm not gonna see Ty Shine and want to wrestle Ty Shine. I would see Ty Shine and want to murder Ty Shine. So there's just so many things going on right now. Legal mess. A lot of.
Put him in a no rope barbed wire match. That'll.
No, we work around here, brother.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you kidding?
Hey, you want to punish him?
No. We're
it's a little punishment.
We're sophisticated around here.
I was listening to Mick Foley on the way here.
Yeah, well, I want my guys to be able to walk when they're Mick Foley's age.
That's true.
I
was just saying.
No, it's okay. We wrestle around here. But yeah, so Ty, enjoy it, man. Enjoy your suspension, right? Have fun, smoke cigars, drink beer, play golf, take a trip to Vegas, damn near your second home anyway. Enjoy yourself, because it's not going to be sweet when you get back, man. It's not. You got a lot of explaining to do, not just to me, not just to the fans, not just to the world. But that isn't going to stay that way, man. There's no way in hell this stays that way. You committed career suicide here. I hope the severity of that, the gravity of that, I hope you feel it. Because it's serious, Ty. It's real serious. So, yeah, Kincaid.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on, man. A lot of things going on.
Can I mention...
Go ahead.
Can I mention Mr. T.J. Howell III? He came out in an he like somehow replicated El Jabroni's face, put it on or something. I don't know what the hell happened. It was very spooky. He had it on. He came out, cold cash, and he came out with Drake Evans, and he gets in the ring, and he takes the fabricated face off. He's got no hair. You were there, right? You've seen him, right? I mean, what happened there? I mean, did you know about that?
I didn't know about that. I don't think anybody did. At the end of the day, what does it matter? What does it change?
I don't know, but I thought he was all about his looks, and he just looks so different now. I'm just saying.
See, here's the thing, Kincaid.
He looks like Minnie Frost.
People like me and you have to worry about superficial things like appearance. People of privilege don't see that as a burden.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't give a crap, right? It's like whatevs.
T.J. Howell doesn't care how his hair looks.
Yeah, it's kind of evident.
As long as his credit cards are still black.
Yeah, that's true. And his dad ain't pissed at him which is very often, I gotta say.
I
thought he...
Cold cash. Let's talk about cold cash.
Yeah, please do. Because you did mention Mr. Ryan Frost, and now they've combined forces as Cold Cash.
Well, Cold Cash is money. It's amazing what they can accomplish together.
I give you that. That is true.
They have extremely good chemistry, and you would think two people with such diverse
backgrounds
and mental states.
That's true. Yes, sir.
I guess Ryan Frost fits into that corporate world because he's so calculating,
still rolling around with that kendo stick.
So vindictive, so petty.
Yeah,
I guess that's where it fits.
So is this you combining forces?
Oh no! This had nothing to do with me. I had no idea that was gonna happen. It just did.
It just did.
And one thing I know about Ryan Frost is that he loves to inflict pain.
He does, especially to El Jabroni.
And he loves to get paid.
That he does.
And TJ Howell III enables him.
Now,
so
if I don't know, again, I don't know if you follow the face page much, but Ryan Frost hasn't been very happy with them going against El Jabroni and Danny Adam time after time after time. This was the 4th time being at Lone Survivor 2. He has said such on the face page, and I am kind of curious, since we are sitting down, what the hell are you going to do with Cold Cash now? They ripped the face off of El Jabroni.
Well, this is where the business comes into play, right? Because I would like to reprimand them for their actions.
Suspension!
But they didn't do anything that was a suspensible offense.
His face is gone. There's that.
They went out there and they took care of a problem. El Jabroni was a problem.
And for them,
he was a thorn in Ryan Frost's side.
He was.
He was the asterisk in Ryan Frost's career.
That was amazing. Fight for your dreams.
And I think Ryan Frost feels vindicated.
Yeah.
So if I'm Cold Cash, I couldn't be any happier right now than what I was.
And TJ right along, very happy that El Jabroni is totally faceless.
So, bottom line is that chapter's over.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Brown.
What next for Cold Cash?
Whatever they want.
They haven't come to the GM and demanded?
That's the thing. No, they haven't demanded anything. They haven't asked for anything. I haven't heard from the Howell legal team at all. Usually
really, it's kind of weird.
They usually send a proposal or something, but they're just. I think they're enjoying this.
I thought it was like, you guys have a show on Saturday. By Sunday, Howell's already got something going, ready.
Well, here's the thing. What do you give a man that has everything?
Well, I mean...
you let him enjoy what he has.
If we're talking...
And what he has right now is all he ever wanted.
But if we are talking test of strength, there's gold to be had as a tag team. Now, hey...
And I get that. There's gold to be had.
Hey.
If you're a tag team, that's what you want. And I'm positive that is on the minds somewhere of Cold Cash.
But
I think embarrassing, humiliating, and ending El Jabroni is
probably better than
way higher on the list of gold for Ryan Frost.
You think so?
And the fact that TJ Howell just funded a moment of history.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Is enough for TJ himself.
Ridiculous.
Because if I'm TJ Howell III, I just gentrified TOS.
I have to talk about the firm.
The firm.
I am wearing an Elijah 6 shirt. I don't know if you've noticed because I know you are pro firm. I am very con firm.
You can love them, you hate them. Keep buying the merch.
Oh, I did. He thinks I bought this. The firm as a unit, Richard E. Stone Esquire. We've got Big J. Wait, what's he call himself? Because there's the Hustle, the Muscle, the Ace, and the what? Wait, the Smurf? The Smurf, Richard E. Stone Esquire. Wait, the Hustle?
Listen, last time you messed with Richard E. Stone.
Oh, the papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Relax.
Richard E. Stone Esquire. Jay Bricks.
You had no idea what I had to do to get season 2 approved.
He made you,
so relax.
He made you work, didn't he?
Yeah. Relax.
Sammy Diaz and Elijah Six, the 4 of them. Not only have they been running roughshod and test of strength, they've been going here, they've been going there, they've been going over there, they've been going way up there, they've been going down there. And everywhere they go that I see, and I see footage, I try to keep an eye on things like that, try to keep the pulse on the scene, Don Kincaid's in the Ring Kincaid Files, I don't know if you ever met me, but I tell you one thing.
I canceled you.
That sucked.
All right.
The Firm, fire.
Yeah.
Money.
Everywhere. Listen, say what you want about the Firm.
Domination.
Yeah. There's nothing more amazing in pro wrestling right now than the Firm.
The Firm is crazy.
The
right
Firm
now.
is insane. You heard me sing the praises of Sammy Diaz earlier. Richard Stone Esquire.
Oh my word.
Richard E. Stone.
You do not want to get that wrong.
The E stands for excellence. He is amazing. Hell of a talent in the ring.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Hell of a talent in the ring.
I think I broke a rib.
Amazing on the microphone. Entertaining as can be. And he is the real muscle behind that squad. Don't forget that. He is amazing. Jay Bricks, by far the most intimidating monster I have ever seen.
Love him in the ring, man. A big guy that can do some of the things that he does, very cool. But makes it look beautiful too.
His self-control is amazing. I don't think people realize that this man could easily rip your limbs off your body if you want.
But he's almost taken parts off of me a couple times.
He's insane.
Yeah.
Has best stiff arm in wrestling, by the way. Ask Elijah Six's groupies. But yeah, he's insane.
Elijah Six, please.
Incredibly charismatic is Jay Bricks. And then what can I say about the GOAT?
Oh, I can say one thing real quick. A year ago, a memory popped up on my face page, and I stalked him in the Dollar General. It was by Slim Jim. It was some of the funniest shit I've ever done in my. I'm fucking crying. I can't.
This is how you ruin segments on shows, right here.
That memory makes me fucking cry. I love that. It's so fun.
But yeah, so now that Kincaid is done popping himself, let's talk about the GOAT. Let's talk about Elijah Six.
That was hilarious, man. Oh my God.
Elijah Six. I told you this a year ago. I've said it probably every day since. There is no doubt in my mind that Elijah Six will go down as one of the greatest ever in the history of this business.
Phew.
I don't think that the GOAT is a moniker. I think it is something that he believes and carries with him everywhere he goes. His ability to rise to every occasion, his wit, his intelligence, his presence, his delivery, his timing is impeccable and unteachable and damn right undeniable.
It seems natural for him.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, it's almost unfair how easy it is for the GOAT to be the GOAT. For Elijah Six to be able to say that he's the best in the world at what he does and go out there and prove it with ease is amazing to me. Because I also believe that he hasn't even tapped, he hasn't even scratched the surface of his potential.
He's so young in his career right now.
He's just so good. It's unfair how easy it is for him to be this good.
A couple points I did want to make before we do move on from Elijah Six. When he comes into the ring, let me back up even before that. the curtain opens up, and it could be anybody from the firm. and I know we're on the firm.
Once you hear the phone dial,
dude, oh my word, they know it. They know it now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's been instilled into them now. Okay. He comes out the curtain. The crowd loves to piss all over him, and he loves to piss all over us. Okay. Then he takes a couple steps. He walks up the steps. He puts maybe a foot in between the ropes. He goes. And his jewelry falls off, and it's oh my God,
that's funny to you.
That cracks me up.
It's hilarious, but you know why it falls off?
Why?
Because that's a 15-pound solid gold chain.
He's wearing the Texas Strength Championship on his necklace.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's how crazy this kid is.
Man.
That's 15 pounds of gold and diamonds on
his neck.
So you laugh, but it's just the lock's not strong enough to hold it together.
Yeah, man.
You know, this kid is nuts. I mean,
I'm going to have to inspect the jewelry a little more close.
Yeah, you can inspect. Trust me. I thought so too.
And my second point.
His envelopes have been getting a little fat.
Wow. Yeah. My second point. I don't even know how to call it. So I'm just going to call it ultra white heat, because Elijah 6, and specifically PAPW, has taken a liking to one of the younger fans and decided to rip a sign of hers. Mm-hmm. And boy, has she and her little friend cannot stomach him. And they give him the look. They give him the screams. She's screaming at the top of her lungs. I swear she's losing her voice by the end of the show. They hate, really I truly life hate Elijah 6.
And I get that. You can hate Elijah 6. The kid comes on strong. He's probably the most cocky and abrasive son of a bitch to ever walk the earth. But when you're that damn good, you can do that.
But then we're moving on to a different subject. At the same time, the same subject. You some sign guy. You some sign kid. They come to all the TOS shows. They pull out the coolest signs. What does Elijah 6? Elijah 6.
You're going to have heat.
I stopped myself. Yeah. I stopped.
Remember what happened to that Puerto Rican?
I stopped myself. Elijah 6.
Don't end up in a trouble.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. That's some cool ass shit. Elijah 6 goes walking over to sign guy and sign kid, takes that sign and just rips it right in front of sign kid.
You should know better. Watch the product, kid. I'm begging you. Watch the product. Don't put signs in Eli's face, or they're not going to be there.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, listen. I understand that everybody has to take accountability for their actions, and you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't listen. You do not go into the polar bear cage, okay, and do whatever the hell you want in there, because that's a bear. You do not show up to the House of 6 and make yourself at home.
House of 6.
That's all I'm telling you.
No, I would never say that. House of 6 just sounds stupid.
Yeah, sounds stupid. Okay, this is his house.
The TOS Dojo, and I've mentioned this before in our previous engagement. The TOS Dojo has given us some of the most amazing talent that has not been schooled in the TOS Dojo, but like Mike Skyros, for instance, Brother Greatness. But we are seeing the return, it's been a while, of one, and boy do we, a little tough to love her, but we do love her because sometimes she just really likes to get us mad. One, Karen Bam Bam.
Love Karen Bam Bam.
Amazing talent.
She's amazing. She's undeniable in that ring. She's so good. Her versus Brother Greatness in the K1 tournament was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
That was so good.
Again, two artists that came and painted a beautiful, epic picture. Thank you, Miss Bam Bam. We love you for that. Can't wait to have you back.
Again, I'm going to check my stuff. You just never know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But there's a lot of things that we're looking on. And actually, you said something about Cold Cash, right?
I did. Just wanted to double check.
You're gonna have to edit so much of this.
No, hell no. Hell no.
So talking about Cold Cash and talking about Brother Greatness, Dashing D Weatherford has not been too happy with how the Howls are gentrifying New York City.
No. I've seen Mr. D kind of starting to sound off.
So that's something that we might have to address soon.
That would be really fun.
We love the congregation. You guys are family. You're TOS guys, even though you're abroad. But whenever you come, it's family. You know that. I'll tell you what, Greatness, give me a call. Let's talk about some things.
Yes, we love Brother Greatness. Yeah. Yes, we love Brother Greatness. We've talked Drake Evans, and we've talked Garrett Holiday. We've talked so many names at TOS, out of TOS, around TOS, in the scene, if you will. You did mention one Mr. Rick Recon.
Yeah.
Do you have any tie-ins with Mr. Recon? Have you been in talks?
Rick's always in talks. We Rick knows that the door's always open. He could always come and he could always perform and try to get opportunities for himself here. He knows that. We have a great relationship with him. Thank you, brother, for all the times that you've come down and all the shows that you rocked for us. But yeah, Recon is one of those guys that's always welcome to come here. The same thing with Garrett Holiday. It's only a matter of time, before we see him and Dan the Man, I'm sure. It might even end up being a champion versus champion thing at some point.
That would be pretty cool.
These guys are great, incredible, talented athletes that I have a lot of respect for. So.
Oh, you just reminded me of something. I went to American Coliseum Wrestling.
Right.
It was the first time I ever went to one of their shows. It was about an 1.5-hour drive, which is I'm comfortable with that. That's not too shabby for me. And it was at the Palisades. Am I saying that correct? The Palisades Center Mall, or the center, or the mall, however you want to perceive it. And this place,
it's beautiful,
is a city.
Yeah.
First off, it's 4 floors.
It's huge.
It's crazy big. And on the first floor, they just through the ring there, you had that big old skylight that comes through with the American flag.
It was a gorgeous look.
What an amazing setting that was. Not only was the setting amazing, the turnout for this GM, there was probably a couple thousand strong that hung out and watched.
For sure.
It was just a fantastic time. Now, the reason why I bring it up, Dan the Man, along with one Liz Savage, ends up coming out with the TOS Championship.
Yes.
And he put it on the line at American Coliseum Wrestling in Newton, West Nyack, correct? West Nyack, New York, at the Palisades, against one Tony Rush. Now, is this something that the higher ups say, hey, Dan, you know what? Why don't you take this and maybe kind of do something with it? Or is it Dan the Man being like, hey, man, I got this going on and I'm going to take how does something like that?
Dan the Man did defend the Test of Strength Championship at ACW. We have a great relationship with ACW. They're a great company. They asked us if we could have some TOS participation there. And as much as I don't like Dan the Man, I trust Dan the Man in those situations. I don't think that Dan the Man... Number one, Dan the Man will fight anyone.
It's very evident.
He will.
It's definitely evident.
He will, and he'll outsmart anyone. There is no doubt. There's no fear of TOS being misrepresented or the TOS championship falling into foreign hands when Dan the Man is somewhere else defending it. For me that was another Saturday.
So is that like a no-brainer for you? You've got Dan the Man at the helm. with that championship. Nobody can. He's totally untouchable as of late. And he's
as of late. I don't think it's as of late. I mean, he's 368 days.
Well,
he's
for
been
his
the strength champion.
For his reign, I try to not give him so much credit. Would you please?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't stand the guy, but
I guess credit is due where credit is due.
You know, who else has had reigns like this? You know, who can do this the way that he did at the.
Well, the last time I ever mentioned a name, which was last year.
Yeah, you mentioned some loser that had no skill, talent, or ability.
Our relationship has never been the same. I'm never mentioning names again.
But let's talk about the guys that have had these type of title reigns. You know, in recent history, you got what Brock Lesnar and John Cena, maybe.
I mean, recent, but CM Punk we've got.
Yeah, but it's like never at this type of level. Not so many, you know, like Brock's had these long reigns, but you know, Brock comes out every 3 months and defends his belt.
Right.
This man is everywhere all the time, every week, on the road, up and down, destroying whoever gets in his way. And I can't stand him, but I have to applaud him. Right.
So you have full confidence when he leaves the house of Test of Strength and goes abroad with that championship.
I'll go one step further. I believe in my heart, without a shadow of a doubt, that there is no one in the world that does not train in this dojo that can beat Dan the Man.
In the world?
In the world.
Damn. Well, I didn't expect your confidence to be quite out there like that. Wow.
He's the face of the galaxy.
I thought Mr. Howell was like, he don't give a crap about me. What the hell am I talking about?
So, Kincaid, this is
that's probably
this was kind of important.
That's the call, huh?
So we're gonna have to wrap it up. Thank you for doing this with me,
Oh,
brother.
a
I love
pleasure.
you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
No, wow.
Much luck on Stirring the Pot season 2.
Yeah, you know.
And as long as you keep those juiced up jobbers' names out your mouth when it comes to conversations with me, you'll be all right.
Wow. I guess this was Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very, very special guest. And it was an absolute pleasure. And the boys and girls have been training back there, which has been amazing. My ultra, I love me some GM Alex Rojas. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
We love you, Kincaid. Thank you, everybody.